BigRobsVan is cruising down the old dirt road.
Hello friends, members of the pit crew. My name is Rob. This is Big Rob's Van, and today we are chilling out here by the lake. It is a wonderful, beautiful Saturday morning. As you can see, the weather has been absolutely great the last few days. Last week it was in the high 90s. Now we're having temperatures in the mid to low 80s. It is absolutely great weather for getting out of the house, going out to the lake. I cooked some breakfast earlier this morning, and now I'm out here chilling lakeside. There's a great walking trail near here, and I'm going to go for a walk after I'm done filming this video. So it's just a great place to come out and spend some time on a Saturday morning. I've got some things to show you that I purchased recently at Goodwill thrift stores. This is not a plug specifically for Goodwill, and to be honest with you, I have Amazon affiliate links down there in the bottom. I have a link to everything that I've purchased for my entire van journey, from tools to accessories, all this stuff. Everything I've purchased for this van that I've purchased through Amazon, I have a link to, and I love it when you guys use those links. But the reality is that some of those things are expensive. And so if you are a thrifter, a digger, a secondhand bargain hunter like I am, sometimes you can find some of those items for pennies on the dollar if you don't need it today and you're willing to go dig around. I'll tell you a very, very brief personal story. A friend of mine, his mother passed away. Actually, this is my friend Andy who put the running boards on this van. So you've seen Andy in a previous video. Andy is one of my closest friends. Andy and I have known each other since we were 4 years old. Andy's mom passed away a couple of years ago, and Andy's mom was an oil painter. She had painted hundreds of paintings, and through some sort of mix-up, those paintings were recently donated to Goodwill. That's not what was supposed to happen with them. And so along with Andy's family, my wife and I have been searching local Goodwills trying to track down these paintings. We have not been successful yet. We went to the store where they were donated. We were told sometimes if they get too many of a single item, they might get spread out to different stores. We've been going to the different stores, and that eventually led us to the Goodwill outlet store. Now, this is a new experience for us. The Goodwill outlet store is where, as I said to my wife, this is where things go to die. This is where things that don't sell at Goodwill are sent here and sold by the pound. So if you are the type of person that wants to go do that final level of digging before things, and the way it was explained to me is when things leave there, they are no longer the same. So clothing, when it leaves the Goodwill outlet center, if it doesn't sell there, those clothes are sometimes turned into hand rags or broken down into literally into their threads to be made into other clothes, but they're not typically resold at that point. Same thing for books. When books leave there, the pages are ripped out and recycled. Electronics at that point are recycled. So we, as a last ditch effort, my wife and I went there and looked for the paintings. We did not find any of the paintings. We did find a few little odds and ends, but to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff there, that is the last of the last. So again, these are things that someone owned, they donated because they didn't have a use for it. They didn't think it had much life left. And then it went to a Goodwill, and nobody bought it there, and now it ended up at this place. So I'm told that there are treasures to be found there. We didn't find a lot of great stuff, but because of what we've been doing and trying to help our friends, we have gone to several Goodwills. And so you have to be able to switch gears in your head. My wife and I have a toy booth in a local, it's like an antique mall, but it's dedicated just to toys. So we have a little booth area. And so when you're looking, sometimes I have to put on my toy hat and say, hey, I'm looking for toys that we can put in the booth. And then, then sometimes I say, oh, we have to, I'm looking for things for the van, So you have to wear all these different hats. And I've found so many great things for the van. I want to share a couple of those things with you. I'm a lover of a good deal, and I found some really cool stuff. So let me show you a couple of the things. I'm just gonna kind of grab, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 things here. There's a fifth thing I don't have in the van, but I'll tell you about, and I'll show you what it looks like later. But here are the 4 things that I want to show you. And this is the first one that my wife found, a set of these. These are kind of cool. They look kind of weird. They may have come from IKEA. I don't know where they originally came from. But these are hangers. So we got 2 packs of them, and I think it was $1, maybe it was $1 for both packs. I'm not sure. You can see this one's out because I ripped it out to take a look at it to show you. Probably should have got one that was colored. But anyway, as you can see, this is just a hook for hanging hats or things on the wall, and it has an adhesive on the back. So you peel this off, you stick it on the wall, and you hang things on it. Now, my only concern about in the van, and that's my intention, is to put these in the van to hang things off. But I haven't had great luck with things in the past that use glue in the van. You remember my LED puck lights? They had little magnets in the bottom that were glued in there, and the glue, literally, because they were sitting on the roof of the van, I think the glue just liquefied and turned back into liquid glue, and the puck lights started falling off the roof. So, I don't know how long the adhesive will stick on the wall, but I'm going to try it for $1. And if it doesn't, then I'll figure out, maybe I'll put some of that. I did have great luck. I had bought a roll of industrial strength Velcro, and that works great. That's what I had my shelves hanging on the wall before. I'm gonna redo that. That's a whole project probably for next week, where my shelves used to be. But so anyway, these are pretty cool, very inexpensive. I'm constantly in the van looking for places to hang things. When I go down, lay down for bed, I need a place to hang my hat. When I'm sitting around, I need places to hang bags of stuff, to have cords. I'm always looking for little places to put stuff because, believe it or not, even though the van is such a small place, it's very easy to lose things. So looking forward to putting these in the van. Now, if you haven't seen the inside of my van, I have a color theme going. It's black and white and gray with red highlights. So I was a little disappointed that these are black and white and yellow. So I'm going to paint the yellow ones. I'm either going to paint them gray or probably paint them red. So we'll see. I think I could I don't even know if I have to scuff them up. I'll get some spray paint and we'll put that on there. But anyway, these were $1. I think it was $1 actually for both packs. So that was a good find. Here's the second thing that I found. Now, running a heater in your van, and the winter is coming up. If you do winter camping, I put the insulation in the van. I didn't have insulation last winter, so that's going to help. I need to finish the insulation on the roof. But if you're camping somewhere, especially if you have access to shore power, having a heater in the van is so nice. And so I found this at a Goodwill. This was $4. And I love finding stuff at Goodwill that's in the box. This had all the instructions. It has been used, but like I said, in the box, pretty cool. This is, I was like, why can I not read this? And I realized I'm looking at the side that's written in Spanish. It says fan forced heater. Safety features, so if it tips over, it will turn off. It has different controls on here. So there are 2 controls on the top of this. The one on the left is a thermostat, so you can set it, if you want it to be not so hot, you want it to be super hot. That's how thermostat works. And then the other side is basically a wattage setting. It's like, your 3 settings. So at the lowest setting, this is 600 watts. At the middle, it's about 900 watts. And all the way on the high setting is 1500 watts. Now, if you're running all your stuff off of a battery, a Jackery, a Blue Eddy, something like that, that's a lot of wattage. I have a 2,000 watt hour battery. So if I put this at the highest setting, 1500, I'm gonna get 1 hour and a little bit of change. Even at 600, I'm looking at just a little bit over 3 hours. So this is not something that you're going to run all night. This is not something that you're going to run, you know, you may, if worst comes to worst, and maybe your Mr. Buddy heater, you've run out of propane or something, and you need to heat things up. You might want to heat up your little area, you know, under your blanket, something like that for 5 or 10 minutes, and turn this back off. But if you're in a place, if you're at a campsite, or like when I did my camps at the casino, I had access to shore power. And so you could just run an extension cord or run it to my shore power and plug this in. Now again, at 1500 watts at the highest setting, you're going to have to start making sure that you're not drawing too many amps. You may have to run a second extension cord if you're going to be running other things. Like the first thing I do when I have short power is I start charging my battery immediately. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I like the fact I know something has been taken care of when it has the instruction book and the original manual, the warranty card, all that stuff. So you probably already got the idea of what this looks like from the box, but this is it. So again, here's your thermostat, your temperature setting, and then you've got, like I said, the 600 watts, 900 watts, 1500 watts, and this was. I just want to double check the price. And one thing about Goodwill is that they have different colored tags. So this one is marked $7.79. Let's round that up to $8. But it was a red tag, and the day that we went, red tags were half price. So I paid $4 for this little heater. The one thing I like about it, you know, I have a heater in one of the videos where I went to the casino during the winter. I had a heater, but it was like from my workshop. It's like a big giant tower heater. This is a tiny little thing that I could throw underneath my table. I mean, it won't take up any space, and I can have it in there just in case that I need it. Now, in the last video, when we went to the thrift stores, we found the little plastic coffee drip filter, I guess that's what you want to call it. It's a little plastic piece. You put it on top of a coffee mug or a coffee pot. You put a filter in there, you put your coffee, and you pour hot water in there, and you make drip coffee. That's great, but there's one part of that process that you may have heard me mention, and that's that you need hot water. Well, I now have a way to make hot water. Now, before, I do have my microwave, and so I always thought, you know, if I were going to make drip coffee, something like that, I could microwave the water. But now I have this. Now you might be thinking, what is this? Well, it goes with this. And so this goes on, and now this is my heater for heating water. This opens up like that. You've got your little top. I just popped it off. But this plugs in. You can heat your water. So if I need to heat water for making soup, for making ramen noodles, which is also technically soup, for making coffee, anything that I need hot water for, I now have this. This was $5 at the Goodwill. I don't really know what these cost new, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's more than $5. So I haven't used this yet, but on my next overnight trip, which is going to be in just a couple of days, you'll probably see that this weekend. I'm taking this with me, and I'm going to use this to make some coffee. So super happy to find that. Here's the last thing that I have here. Now this is something that I've seen people put in their vans. This was not from Goodwill. This was from a garage sale, but this is the Magic Mesh. So this is, you've seen these before. I've seen people install these on their van. It is a big mesh. You can put it on the side of your van to keep bugs out. It has magnets where it seals in the middle. So you open it up, you walk out, and then you close it back up, and the magnet seals. So this is a bug prevention thing. Now, I've seen these online. This is one of those things that I thought, hey, do I really need it? Like, I'm not, you know, I don't know. I mean, bugs suck, right? Like I don't want mosquitoes in here. I don't want things like that. But a lot of, like when I've done that, I just leave my door shut. This is going to allow me to do that. I've seen these online, and me personally, they were so expensive. They were at a price where I go, I just don't need it. Like, I'm not going to get that right now, right? But as you can see, the price on this, it was $3. So at $3, I thought, you know what? I will get that. So that was, you know, worth picking up. So as you can see, it's still in the box. It's actually sealed in the box. It has not been opened. There's the original tape is right there. So this has never been opened. So I'm looking forward to pulling this out and playing with this. So I got two other things that I want to tell you about. And the first one is this lantern. Now, I had the, you remember I had the flaming, looks like the little tiki light thing. It's USB powered. I thought it was USB rechargeable, but it's not. It requires constant power. So I thought it was kind of neat, but I'm like, you know, I kind of wish I had something that was rechargeable. I've seen things similar to this lantern before, but when I saw this at Goodwill, I was super excited. This is another thing that I found that was marked for $8 and it was a half price item. So I only paid $4 for it. It looks like, I looked this up and it looks like Walmart originally sold this for between $25 and $30. I paid $4, so I'm pretty happy with that. It says it has 1,000 lumens. I can tell you that it's super bright. Played around with it. It's USB rechargeable and it's a Bluetooth speaker. So I love my little USB flickering light thing. I really like the way that it looks. And when you run it inside the van, it just kind of gives off this super chill vibe. And I really, you know, without having to have an actual flame inside the van. So I do like it. But that lantern, it's got little hangers where you can hang it upside down. You can hang it right side up. I mean, it is a lantern. It's got the LED light inside, so it just sips on battery. It says that it will run, or it'll last up to 32 hours on a charge. So that's pretty super rad. It's got multiple settings, so it's probably on the lowest setting. I think it has 1 to 5 for brightness. And then again, you got that Bluetooth speaker now. The Bluetooth speaker is slightly better than the speaker on my iPhone, but not a whole lot, you know, so I don't know how often I would actually use that. I mean, I guess if I was out somewhere and I didn't want to just have my phone sitting there playing music, you know, I might have that sitting, or if I was, you know, going out on a boat or something like that, you know, maybe that would be kind of useful. So it's kind of fun, but the light thing is a big seller for me. So I'm super happy to find that, and it was a really inexpensive deal. Finally, the last thing that I found, and this was at a open, this is a flea market that takes place at a drive-in movie theater. So Friday and Saturday night they show movies at the drive-in, but Saturday morning when the weather is good, it is also an outdoor flea market. My wife and I went there, and for $10 I found not one but two folding chairs. It's the chair that I'm sitting on right now. What's great about these, they fold it completely flat. They fit right underneath my bed. They take up no space at all. So I was super happy to find those. And I wish they had met my color scheme a little bit. Maybe someday I'll get a little red blanket or gray towel or something to throw over the top of it. It's not really that important to me, but yeah, for $10, couldn't pass them up. And it's just nice to not be, you know, the only thing that I really have to sit on is my 5-gallon bucket, which is the AKA the poop bucket, which also AKA I've never pooped in. I have not used the bathroom bucket yet. I will someday, but it's kind of weird to just be lugging that, like when you go outside like this and then you're just going to sit on a bucket the whole time. So finally I got these little chairs that, you know, I can drag along with me. So, man, I'm just so, I feel lucky to have found a lot of these things and, you know, save some money along the way. Van life stuff is expensive this weekend. I also had my windshield replaced. The windshield, when I bought the van, there was a medium, maybe 1 to 2 foot long crack, and the crack has extended now from the dash all the way to the top of the windshield, and now a second one, which is parallel to that one, has also run the entire length of the windshield. So it's not really, at that point, safe to drive. You can get pulled over, you can get a ticket, you know, so I just needed to get it taken care of. So as the old commercial goes, Safelite repair, Safelite replace. In this case, Safelite replace. So, and you know, I don't really know a stranger. I had a great time talking to, we'll call him D from Safelite. He's up here from Houston. Right now we had a big hailstorm, and so Safelite is running some specials in my area right now, and they're so busy that he came up to help out. So we talked about some of the places he's lived before. He's lived in Denver and he's lived in Houston, which are two places that I've visited before on vacation. So we had a fun time talking about that. He's enjoying his time in Oklahoma, and I even recommended a pretty good pizza place. So if you're out there, D, I hope you got to go check out the pizza place. But anyway, you know, we've used Safelite before on all of our cars that we've had windshields replaced on, and they're so professional. They come out to the house, they do it, you know, it's just no hassle. So again, I'm not sponsored by Safelite, but they've always done us right, and so that's what we use them once again, and spent more money than I really had budgeted for the van right now, which is again what makes doing thrifting like this and getting stuff on the cheap a little bit nicer. So now I'm gonna go pack this stuff up. What I really wanna do is make me a drip coffee with that coffee thing. I think I'm gonna go try that out. So hey, thanks for watching Big Rob's Van. Thanks for hanging out with me at the lake. And if you're up for it, I think this weekend we're gonna go do a little urban stealth camping. I saw this spot, and there's something in the spot that makes me want to camp there. So you'll find out what that is this weekend. So thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe and do all those cool things like that. I'm trying, you know, now I'm following, YouTube has got me the carrot on a stick. YouTube is now saying, oh, if you only get 1,000 subscribers, that's your next thing. I'm at like 750, 760. So if you're not subscribed, click the old subscribe button down there and follow my fun adventures. And that's that. So thanks for watching, and I will see you this Sunday in a random parking lot inside Big Rob. How can I mess up the name of my own stupid channel? It's Big Rob's Van. What did I say? Big's Rob's? There's just one of me. It's Big Rob's Van. I screw up the ending. I screw up the ending every single time. Good times. I guess this is where the walk ends. So I've put some water in here. I've boiled water, and then you can see when you pour. Oh no, Rob Lobster! Why were you in the boiling water? Oh,
I've been boiled.
Oh, just kidding. There's no water.
Don't worry, I'm actually fine.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Do you think we fooled them?
All right, now get back in there, you stupid lobster.